Hello and good morning. Welcome to your daily reading on Wednesday, the 20th of May. I've got your tarot reading today, and we're doing it from Midnight Magic Tarot deck of mushrooms. I love these cards. I love them. I love how profound the readings have been this week. They're a little bit slower on the mark, but a little bit less engaging, I think. The angels are saying I can't always give you stuff that's fully and utterly engaging. Sometimes there needs to be a messenger around why they're bringing them for you and what the reason is that they're bringing those cards in for you as well. So let's have a look at what today, the 20th of March, wants to bring you. Are you excited? I am. I'm always excited for these cards. Yeah, I've got lots of more stuff to tell you, but because we're sort of mid-moon and we're boxing up stuff, it's kind of a little bit of a nightmare at the moment, and I can't wait for it all to be just done. But I've got more to do, and then that's the story I want to tell you all about in the future. Right, are you ready for your card? Oh, your first card's the Two of Pentacles. Now, you might know a bit about this card, but I'm going to ask the angels to bring in the energy of White Two of Pentacles. They're saying life is the onion. And they're saying that you need to be aware that when you think you've healed something, sometimes you just haven't. And often people on the spiritual path are working to grow, to shift, to become, right? And the angels are saying, however, what they've seen over this millennia and the years that they've guided and they've assisted humankind, they've seen that people get very locked into the spiritual wheel once they get into it. The angels are telling me to say life is like an onion, and they're saying that you do one layer, but then you do another layer underneath the same stuff. Remember, the layers all touch each other, right? So they all permeate one another. They bring those messengers, and you might deal with a little bit, and then you get more, and then a little bit more, and it'll keep going. And the epicenter is always the strongest, hardest part, and it's the most difficult piece to cleanse, to clear, to vibrate highly in. So what they're saying to me is that it's about understanding the levels of life. It's about recognizing what life really ought to be. Life isn't just about the spiritual stuff. It's not just about meditating and writing and journaling and doing work with the angels. It's also about living. And remember, we're here in human family to live a human life. And this is something I find, and I think I'm not a culprit of it, but I think many of my students, maybe my clients sometimes can be. I think we get very locked, and I was there before, so I put my hands up to that one. I've also experienced it. It's this need to try everything. I'm like crystal healing, and then there was my numerology, and then I kept going and doing the Reiki, and then I got trained in Reiki, and there's all these different things. I was doing this and this and this. But I forgot about living, and I forgot about finding my true core within me. And this is what this card's telling you. You need to balance between these things, because if you don't, you will come unstuck and you'll get topsy-turvy, right? So then your next card is the Wheel of Fortune. And I do like that because it's like the angels are saying sometimes you just need to let the wheel spin. Sometimes you need to let go of managing, controlling, trying to attempt to find a way to affect what's going to occur in your life. Remember, God, source, angels, spirit, and your inner soul is the only ones that dictate and manage what you're doing. It's not meant to come from our very connection into sort of the ego, the mind stuff, the logicalized area. It's meant to come from that loving aspect of ourselves, right? The angels are also saying beware of like hot air, beware of overly mercurial, almost like the Gemini star sign energy, really making you confused about what you're trying to do. Yeah. Because the thing with the Wheel of Fortune, and I've said it probably many times before, is it goes up and it comes down, it goes up and it comes down, right? But this is like it's like what you're expelling isn't of light, and it's like, but what you're wanting to draw in, the angels are saying, is the light that will assist you to brighten the shell that you become over time because of the energies and vibration around being able to balance, not recognizing that spiritual isn't the only thing. There's other things that need to happen too. And realizing that you're allowed to live as well as work on yourself. I remember seeing a therapist many moons ago and her saying to me that many people get so stuck in the work, and the work could be therapy, the work could be spirituality, the work could be me coaching, for example. So I coached you, for example, or the work could be what else could it be? What else could be? A doctor-patient relationship. But all these work things, I want to work on myself, I want to make sure my health's okay, I want to make sure this is okay. Be very aware. Only do those things while you're living in your full soul-centric space, all right? Soul-centric space. Right, now our final card is the Page of Wands, and it makes so much sense. It's like you need to say goodbye to all the old feelings, even desires that you had to some degree, and awaken yourself to a potential that is beyond anything that you've experienced in this life. The angels are also saying that there is a confusion that feels a little bit red hot. However, they're saying that the confusion will really bring you the cup of life, the cup of solace, and you'll start to see things for what they are. You need to journey to get to where this is, and journeys can be metaphorical as well as physical. And the angels are saying you have to move something out. There is a sense of, I'm getting very itchy, so there's a sense of you feeling a little bit like, oh, I can't do it, I'm too hot, I'm too cold, I can't do it, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of excuses being made because often the question is, how do I do that? Rather than what can I do now? What's my next soul step? What can you give me? You see, if I was to say, one of my things I have is, I'm going to put this down, okay. One of the things I have, for example, is that I picked up something from my father, and it's a slight sense of anxiety. I'm very future predicting, very looking ahead. It's something I learned from him. It's something I conceptualized through ancestral and DNA patterning because it's something he has, right? Now, then if I said the question, oh, but how do I heal that? No, what do I do now? I'm confused. That's not the answer. The answer is very simple. It's like, okay, so this is what's happening. What do I understand about this within me? What do I understand that knocks me still off guard here with regard to this? So, for example, moving, it's too much for me, it's overwhelming, and I can't handle it. I mean, there was a situation a little while back, last year, the year before as well, and where a particular person was kind of trying to push me, but because I'm so honed into the freeze response, all they did was really locked me into being stuck. And it's very disconcerting when you're slightly different in that energetic vibration. So this is about moving yourself into the new energy vibration, not holding on to any old patterning that doesn't quite fit the person that you're trying to become. Does that make sense? Or the person you're moving to become. Okay, yeah. All right, I hope that really like explained some things to you and gave you some tips and tools about how you manage when something comes up that needs to be cleansed and cleared. Namaste, everyone. Have a glorious, glorious Wednesday. I'm sending you so much love. Take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Lots of love. Bye.